All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I am back again with another video. So, today, you guys, I wanted to talk about something that's a little different than my usual topics. I actually got this from a viewer and a subscriber. We were on the live, and this kind of came up, which I have heard of this topic before, but me personally, I never had anybody ask me the question. So, I think it is good to discuss because maybe this could be something that maybe someone has mentioned to you, or maybe you heard it from someone online, or maybe this is you're just curious about it. Me personally, I think it's pretty interesting because any type of personality can turn toxic, which is unfortunately why we have NPD, BPD, all those sort of personality disorders. But being an empath, many could say is positive, some could say is negative. I have heard the term where people are like, oh, being an empath is a gift and a curse. So if you like this video, make sure I'm going to link some videos below, which kind of go more in depth to, what I'm kind of talking about when it comes to understanding what's an empath, I guess they would say positive or negative effects, because everybody has a light side and a dark side, so or I guess a shadow side, if anything. But when it comes to a toxic empath, first let's kind of review what an empath is. So essentially, what an empath is, a person that can feel the feelings of other people as if it's their own. Not just the feelings, but an empathic person can feel the thoughts of another person. They can feel their attitudes, their emotions, just the whole aura of another individual, and they could take it on as if it's their own. So that's essentially what an empathic person is. Now, I truly think that that's a beautiful thing, and we need more empaths. Actually, there are a lot of empaths in this world, but I think that some people don't realize that they are an empath. Now, I did not know that I was an empath. I also did not know that I was a HSP, which is basically a highly sensitive person. So it's really good to kind of find out who you are, get to know yourself, and that's actually all a part of your healing and your recovery. Hold on, are we still here? Hold on 1 second, you guys. Okay, there we go. That's also a part of your healing and recovery, especially after dealing with abuse or dysfunctional situations, or trauma situation, or any addictions that you could have been dealing with, or maybe even insecurities, whatever the case is. But when it comes to the person mentioned toxic empath, now I feel that maybe it could kind of turn toxic depending on how that empath is behaving towards other people, or maybe even how they're behaving to themselves, or maybe how they're showing up in the world. So how essentially hold on, you guys, we're kind of going in and out. Hold on, are we good? Okay, there we are, we're good. Hold on, trying to make sure we're back on here. Okay, there we go. So I know my phone has been kind of acting up a little bit, but anyways, so how an empath could show up as toxic is, I would say maybe the empath could get too involved with another person's life, meaning like they could get overly attached to individuals, or other people's problems, or other people's situations and what they have going on in their life. So I guess in a sense, what an empath could do to help it not to be toxic is really kind of detach, kind of create some distance, create some boundaries in that regards, and really not take it on as if it's their own. Understand, like, okay, the person that you're dealing with, they have their own life, and I have my own life. So this could be common for people that are into like social work, or maybe therapists or coaches, or counselors and that sort of thing. Or maybe if it like a person could be a nurse or a doctor, or maybe they're into healthcare field, whatever the case is, or even caretaker type of deal. And speaking of caretaker, I guess that's the other thing that could make an empath, the person could feel like this person is being toxic if they're an empath, is especially if they are trying to take care of other people, knowing that they are capable of doing it on their own, which I understand, because a lot of empathic people are very caring, they're very loving, they want to give, they want to help people, they may put people's needs before their own, and that empath just has to be careful not to do that, because again, people are more than capable, unless there are certain exceptions to the rule. Maybe somebody could be having certain health issues and having health challenges at this moment, but for the most part, most individuals are able to take care of themselves. So that empathic person should allow that individual to take care of themselves, if that makes sense. So hopefully that was helpful. I'm trying to see how us empath could come off as toxic. Also, I think the other thing is, maybe being a little bit too judgmental, or maybe being too quick to assume, or too quick to judge, or too quick to come up with a conclusion without allowing that person to show them, per se. Because again, remember, with an empath, they can feel the emotions of others. They can feel the person's thoughts. They can feel their actions. They can feel their behaviors. They can feel their attitudes of another individual. And so because that empath has the ability to do that, they may misjudge a person. They may misjudge how that person behaves, or they may misjudge who they think that person may be, or how they think that they're thinking, or how they think that they feel. It could be all wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that empath should try their best not to judge, or stereotype, or they should allow that person to kind of show them, versus maybe kind of prejudging them, if that makes sense. That's another way that the empath could turn toxic. Another thing that maybe the empath could have to work through is managing their sensitivities when it comes to dealing with others. This also is more so with the HSP person. But a lot of empaths could be sensitive too. So, maybe the empath could just have to be mindful and careful of maybe like where they work, or maybe who they're around, who they talk to. So that maybe they may want to like recharge to get their energy back. So that could be, maybe empaths may want to be around people that are similar to them in a sense, or maybe be around people who are not emotional vampires, which, for instance, a narcissist, so an empath, you may want to stay away from a narcissist. And I guess another way it could turn toxic, if that empath feels that they can change that narcissist, if that empath is maybe in denial of the fact that that narc is going to change one day, or that narc is going to do something different from what they've already done, or what they've already shown that empath. That's another way that it could turn toxic, where they're just trying to their hardest, and they're exhausting themselves, they're draining themselves, and they're making themselves feel just really fatigued trying to change this toxic individual. And it may just not be a narc. It could be a dysfunctional person, unhealthy person, toxic, negative, pessimistic individual. And that empath is going to try to, save the day, or try to love on them the best way they can, or, and it's not going to work, and so it's only going to have that empath feel bad about themselves. And so to avoid that, again, if a person is kind of showing you who they are, believe them. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, people do change, but most of the time they don't, unless they want to, if that makes sense. So, but in regards to the sensitivities, is just realizing that, you are a sensitive person, and maybe you may want to make folks aware of that, if you feel that it needs to be acknowledged, or that other person needs to know that. But also in your case, though, if you're an empath, maybe you just want to be mindful of your emotional reactions, and how you think and how you feel about yourself, and your behaviors and your attitudes, and try your best to, not saying like, oh, you got to be happy, smileys, and positive all the time, because yeah, you're going to have your bad days. But I'm just checking my surroundings, y'all. But there's going to be some times where, yeah, you may have a down day, but you still want to get back in control of yourself, get your emotions back in check. You know what I'm saying? But if you do have an off day, give yourself the time that you need. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that was helpful, you guys, and it made sense. I would love to know what was your takeaway, your feedback. Like I said, I am going to leave some other videos to where you guys can kind of learn more about, HSPs, empaths. Maybe I should make more videos on this topic, because again, being an empath, it is special, but at the same time, people could feel like it is a curse. But honestly, I think it's a gift. It's a gift to be an empath. A lot of people are empaths. Some people don't even know it. But it truly is a gift. Hold on, we're back again. Okay, y'all, my phone be kind of going in and out. But anyway, we're still here. But yeah, I would love to know, what was your takeaway? What was your feedback? Leave me other topics that you guys want to learn about when it comes to dealing with narcissistic abuse. I would love to know how you feel. And but yeah, till the next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.